We got a small stack of comics to review today, starting out with Army of Darkness Forever, number 3 of, I believe, what's going to be a 5-issue run. It's written by Tony Flex, got art by Justin Greenwood, then we got Brad Simpson, Troy Patiri, Joel Rybrandt, and Marshall Hoyt all joining in on this one, and it's from Dynamite, of course. And here we kind of get a look back at the medieval clans. What was his name? King Red or whatever. We got a gal that's being chased by flying deadites, and she comes across some people that help take the deadites out, and one happens to be Henry the Red. So she comes across them, but she's not too happy with him and slaps him because he happened to have killed her family member, attacked them. And then we get flashback to jump over to our pretty grizzled up Ash character, and we get to see the wizard from Army of Darkness movie. He's back in here, and this is jumping us to 2093, so we're in the future, actually, not going back in time or anything. But he's told that the Necronomicon got ripped into pages, and Ash has to go out and find it and put it back together in order to get himself home still. They're still playing on that, and then we also jump back to 1993 to S-Mart and get to see Ash dealing with some interesting characters along the way, and we find out that Ash just so happens to have a little alter ego in this one. But yeah, this run's still going great. Still a very enjoyable run. Sorry about that. I didn't expect that to go off just this minute. We picked up this new washer and dryer set like a year ago. Well, my sister did. And that is one of the loudest damn dryers. Sometimes it goes off a second time before it finishes, but hopefully it's just going to end itself. All right, we got Buffy, the Last Vampire Slayer, number 5. The story's going great with Thessaly. I love what her and Anya are doing, and basically teaming up while Buffy's off doing her thing, and then Spike's helping them out. This is done by Casey Gilly, Ario Anindito, Oriel Roig, Nicola Izzo, Gloria Martinelli, Ed Dukeshire, and then there's a variety of variant covers, of course. In an alternate universe in the not-so-distant future, Buffy Summers once stood as the only Slayer left after the entire line was eradicated, nearly 50 years after she was first called. Friendless and alone, she wandered the streets of London in the shadows until a new Slayer was called, in the form of Thessaly, the daughter of Willow and Tara, who has taken up the mantle and now trains as the last vampire slayer. Anya's trying to work with the council. The council's not really wanting to work with them. They're still hemming and hawing about something with Thessaly. Thessaly has to deal with a certain group of demons in this one that kind of relate to Anya, and they join forces to deal with them. And you get to see what happens if you read the story. But this has been a lot of fun. We're getting introduced to a character in here that I don't think we've seen in the earlier issues. I'm pretty sure we haven't, but I could be wrong. But this run's been great. This is volume 2, right? I believe there was 2 volumes of this already, but it's about 5-issue runs, and we sit there and so this would be the final issue then, if it is 5 issues. But yeah, this is the end of this volume. So this is a good ending, but of course it'll lead into more stuff in the very near future. We got Fire and Ice number 2. Finally came in. We got volume or issue 1 like 6 months ago. And now this one finally came in, and by now I'm totally forgot what the first issue was all about. But the characters, some of the characters I still recognize. But this is chapter 2, The Prince of Power. The story so far. War is coming between the realms of ice and fire, and everyone knows it. Caught between the two kingdoms are uncountable numbers of cities, nations, and tribes, who are certain to be ground into oblivion once these two powers collide. This is done by Bill Willingham, Leonard Manco, Jeff Eckelberry, Matt Idelson. Uh, this still has me very confused. It's like our hooded character I recognize from the movie. The girl that's been in here I recognize from the movie. Some of the other characters, clan wise, I recognize them, but I still don't understand why there's so much verbal stuff throughout here. I just recall the movie being so much more silent, more uh, barbarianish, Neanderthalish, uh, that type of caveman type mentality. And this one just they speak so well. It's like their English just amazes me, especially when you got this giant that's just throwing things out there and talking about all kinds of stuff. And for a giant, he's basically the same size as our hooded character. I'm still lost. And then we get into the evil council and stuff, the evil family, and they're so much more advanced than what I remember the Fire and Ice. This plays off more as a evil Lord of the Rings than any type of Fire and Ice type thing I remember from my childhood. But I will hopefully find it eventually and watch it. Otherwise, they go. I don't know. I might still have it on VHS tape somewhere. Yeah, Glenn, Gunslinger number 27, Gunslinger Spawn. Number 27 from Image Comics. Can't believe how long this run's going by Todd McFarlane and Dexter Soy. And we got Ivan Nunes in here and Tom Orzakowski. We get to meet. Hmm, dang it! I should have wrote it down. Uh, we get to meet basically someone that Gunslinger grew up with back in the day in the 1800s. Carl is what he calls him, but I know there's another name somewhere, but I don't see it, and I'm not going to sit here him and awe and trying to find it. But yeah, I like this character. I want to know more about him. I want to know the back history with him and Gunslinger and the way they talk. He knew about what was up before Gunslinger's wife died, and then didn't know much after that, and is finding out the deets as this issue goes through. They battle it out a little in the beginning before they realize that they know each other and who they are. And we get a hunter in this episode that's kind of, well, he's hunting a bear, and the bear evades him, and so he goes wandering off, and he comes across this camp, kind of like sits on a ridge trying to check out the camp, see what's going on, and someone sneaks up on him, and he gets found out, and they got to deal with all that their own way. But the gunslinger and his buddy go through some things, and there's some twists and turns in there, and it's very interesting. And like I said, I definitely want to know more about Carl, uh, Carl from The Walking Dead. He's already got robot eyes, so it could be Carl from The Walking Dead. And got his other eye poked out and sat there. Got himself some robot eyes. Uh, all right, we got Happy Astronaut number 3. I was all excited about this. Yet the wrestling cover, and I figured it's like, Scoot McMahon, I gotta get his no matter what. But then with it being a wrestling cover, that's a plus too. I had to get that style cover, and it's by Matt Fife and Matt Rogers, friends that were on the Crimson Color Comic Club for a creator interview, and then they do a Cartoonist by Night with Troy Dungara and Anthony from the Crimson Color Comic Club. And this one, we're getting a further story about our happy character and our powered up wrestling character that lost his powers, their journey to find who knows what, along with this one character that's got this major odor complex. I don't know. He likes hanging out with a turd, talking turd. So I wouldn't want him on our ship, on my ship. I'd kick him off the ship, dump him off somewhere. But he basically helped them out with some stuff. So that's why they're all linked up together, and some interesting things happen along the way. We find out some stuff about our powered character, and he finds some things that he's looking for, and we get just a fun, goofy, all ages friendly story with bunch of poop. I do little poop critters. But yeah, this is very interesting where this is leading to. It's going more into kind of like a little group setting. Whereas when I first read it, I was thinking it was going to be more of Happy and Half just sitting there flying around, visiting all kinds of strange planets and coming across lots of strange creatures and characters. But yeah, it's starting to play into more of a group sequence. We're getting lots of new characters. Seems like we're getting new characters every issue, so they're going to have a pretty full ship pretty soon. Happy's not going to be the lone wandering astronaut I thought he was. But yeah, lots of fun. Check that out. Matt Fife and Matt Rogers. All right. We got Punisher #2, Marvel Comics. Said that I stopped after issue 3. I figured I'd pre-order the first 3, check it out, see what happens, see if I like this character, and I'm glad I stopped where I did. This is just, I know Frank Castle dealt with everything. I mean, if there was, he dealt with the strange, but yet the strange they also played out in real fun ways by introducing us to Frankencastle and stuff. But this one, where he's getting into dealing with strange beasts and all his unique weaponry and just some of the characters, it's like he's battling a lot of super inhuman type beings, and it's a good story with them. These characters, yeah, they're a little bit interesting. Not too exciting to me at the moment. I mean, it's a lot of basically things you've seen in the past, done a different way, and I'm still not a fan of this Punisher. I just like at one point the girl's battling him, and she's like, "You're not the Punisher. You don't fight like the Punisher. You don't have black hair like the Punisher." All this, and it's like, no, it's blonde, militant guy who's got no real purpose. He lost his family or whatever, but he doesn't have that Frank where he's got that drive behind him. It just seems like he's a character going out to deal with the evil superheroes. Oh, the bad guys. Uh, but I'd rather see him going on after real case style people. Burglars, murderers, rapists, kidnappers, body part sellers, and just human traffickers, all that. It's like, that's what I felt the Punisher always was. Going after the evil that we know in our world, not this fake evil, these supernatural beings and all this. It kind of, I don't know. I guess I just haven't read much Punisher in my life, and the stuff I did read was the old Punisher, and it's like we did that whole 12-issue run, and it just became so where he joins with the hand, and it just got so supernatural that it's not the Punisher anymore, the character that I recall. I guess I don't know. I guess I'm wrong. People that are true Punisher fans might be able to explain it more to me, but I don't get it. We got characters that do superhero crap and all that, super villains and all that. And we don't really need more of that. We got so much of it. I mean, we got volcanoes exploding that are giving everybody in the world powers and all this. It's like getting way too out of hand. Let's get back to focus on fighting real things in the world that are normal people, government, and cops can't take care of. But we got Spawn, number 348. This one we get our Cataclysm character. I got Rory McConville and Carlo Barberi working on this one with J. David Ramos and Tom Orzakowski. But our Sin characters just on a rampage. They're trying to take him out. Nyx is there battling him alone with her little group of characters. No one else is showing up yet. Instead of having their heads out of their ass and work together, each time Spawn tried to get the group together, someone would get all pissy and they'd go off on their own. Everybody's thinking they're going to get their hands on the throne, and they're separating themselves up and thinning themselves out way too much. And Sin's got the upper hand because of it, and it's just Cataclysm, Spawn, Gunslinger's kind of off on his own thing at the moment. It's just what's her name? I can't think of the female Spawn, Scorched. Medieval Spawn kind of disappeared. I don't know if he's was taken out or what's going on with that. And it just Haunt character kind of split, and it's just we got the Clown still building his forces. Don't know which side he's going to attack, but we also get another sit down with Spawn and Wanda, and it's like Spawn gets all attitudey with her and stuff like that. It's like he's obviously turning, and then he wants to sit on the throne anyways now. And the throne's going to turn him even more, and it's just he's being mean to her, and it just makes no sense. His whole purpose is her, but yet he's crabby with her. I don't understand. Don't know where that's going. But the realms, you got to fight for them pretty soon. Something's got to happen. It's just getting way too drawn out, and you're not seeing nothing happening to humans. So it's like, if this is all happening on Earth in the human realm, then why are no humans being affected by this? I don't understand that at all. With all these things coming from these portals. Yeah. All right, our final one. We got Tales of the Bizarre. This is a little bizarre. We get Frank, our Frankenstein character. He's got a job doing construction, doing the things that everybody else is afraid to do, high wire in it, grabbing on, climbing things that are like without supports and all that. And then he gets done with the day and he thinks, and some of the people at work make some friendly comments to him and stuff. So he thinks he's got like friends that he's working with, and they'll all turn on him. They all do. Everybody turns on him just because he doesn't look like everybody else. So his scarred up face and stuff, everybody's got to pick on him and be asses. But he helps someone, and then they turn on him. And after his day of work, he's just trying to get home and out wandering the streets, doing his thing, heading to wherever he's heading. And he hears someone crying for their mom, and he finds a little girl that got to play on that Frankenstein little girl thing. Finds her and helps her, and she's all right with him at first, but then her mom comes out, and her mom comes out of somewhere that's not very good, and Frank's like, "Oh, you're gonna have a shitty life. You're gonna be just like me. You're gonna be in all kinds of danger." So he's still holding on, trying to protect the little girl. Well, the Ma's freaking out, and everybody else starts freaking out, of course, and they all go after Frank, and it's an interesting look, another interesting look at the Frankenstein character. I don't think they had to go as creepy as they did as far as the whole thing with the girl, with making Frank look like a predator. I don't think they needed to do that. I think they could have just had done Frank protecting the girl. It would have been way simpler and would have made more sense. Uh, but instead, they make everybody look like asses, and no one can figure anything out. Everybody just wants to kill everybody else, take over everybody else, just do their thing for everyone except for themselves. But yeah, I like the different Frankenstein storylines, but that one, wasn't done well. But I would read more of that character. I like that type of Frank. I'd like to see a Frank out there in a working world trying to make a living and see how it goes. But we'll see. Don't know if the story's going to go beyond that or not, because these are just little single stories in these Tales of Bizarre books that have been alright. But yeah, that's it for today. So rate, review, tell a friend, subscribe, help us get some likes. Check out Crimson Color Comic Club. Keep following Under the Color of MS, audio, video. YouTube. We got Instagram single comic book review episodes up now, so check those out also. I'm going to keep pumping them out. And we will get back with more things in the very near future.